ready for a story, nod your head. Green inside, because none of us go where. Hold on.
Hi friends, it's Miss Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's go ahead and get started. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, sit so still. Good job. We're going to do open and shut them. Open and shut them. Open and shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open and shut them. Open and shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not let them in. Good job. Well, of course, we are talking about Halloween tonight. Halloween is on Sunday. I have my Happy Halloween shirt on with some ghosts and some pumpkins and some bats. Feel free to leave a comment down below. I would love to know what you're going for Halloween this Sunday. So we have our special jack-o'-lantern tree. So we're going to say, way up high in the jack-o'-lantern tree, 5 little jack-o'-lanterns smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and then when we take down a jack-o'-lantern, we're going to say, boo! They're spooky, because they have all these scary faces. All right, let's count those pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Way up high in the jack-o'-lantern tree, 5 little jack-o'-lanterns smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the jack-o'-lantern. Boom! They're spooky! Good job! How many pumpkins are on my tree now? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Way up high in the jack-o'-lantern tree, 4 little jack-o'-lanterns smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the jack-o'-lantern. Boom! They're spooky! How many jack-o'-lanterns are on our tree now? 3. 1, 2, 3. Way up high in the jack-o'-lantern tree, 3 little jack-o'-lanterns smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the jack-o'-lantern. Boom! There's Spooky! How many jack-o'-lanterns now? 2. 1, 2. Way up high in the jack-o'-lantern tree, 2 little jack-o'-lanterns smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the jack-o'-lantern. Boom! There's Spooky! How many jack-o'-lanterns now? 1. Way up high in the jack-o'-lantern tree, 1 little jack-o'-lantern smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the jack-o'-lantern. Boom! There's Spooky! Good job. All right. Our first book is going to be about the unicorn named Sparkle. We've done her books before. We love Sparkle the Unicorn. This is a special Halloween one called And the Pumpkin Monster. This is by Amy Young. Is anyone going as a unicorn for Halloween this year? Lucy and her pet unicorn Sparkle were going to Pat's pumpkin farm. The air was crisp and Sparkle felt frisky. They went into the corn maze, and Sparkle got lost and tried to eat his way out. Lucy had to rescue him. They played games. Sparkle's favorite game was grab the donut, and he grabbed a lot of them. There was cider and cupcakes. Sparkle loved cupcakes. He loved them so much that he ate 10 of them, and then he drank a whole bucket of cider. Next, it was time to go pick a pumpkin. Sparkle, look at the tree. It's kind of spooky, isn't it? Sparkle thought it was very spooky. And look at the creepy scarecrow, said Lucy. Sometimes it's fun to feel scared, right? Sparkle wasn't too sure. Lucy chose a smooth, round pumpkin, and Sparkle chose a pumpkin that was as big as his head. Bee! Oh, Sparkle, you're so silly. He had trouble carrying it. When they got back to the barn, it was time to decorate. Sparkle made his pumpkin cheerful and happy. Lucy made her pumpkin scary. Sparkle, look! Sparkle was terrified. Come back! Lucy said, wait, Sparkle, it's just me. But Sparkle had already bolted out of the barn. Sparkle hid behind a pile of pumpkins. He stayed very still and tried to make himself small. At first, it was quiet, but then, oh, it's a pumpkin monster, he thought. What should I do? He saw a big pumpkin beside him, and he had an idea. He carved a little door in with his horn. He scooped out the seeds and jumped inside as fast as he could. Sparkle heard a noise again. It was not as loud from inside the pumpkin, but he could tell it was coming closer and closer. The monster was going to get him. Sparkle was so afraid that he tried to run, even though he was still inside the pumpkin. The pumpkin rocked and lurched, and then it broke off the vine. It started to roll and bump through the field with Sparkle inside. When it got to a little hill, the pumpkin rolled faster, and Sparkle couldn't stop it. Meanwhile, Lucy had been looking for Sparkle this whole time. Sparkle! She called and called. Suddenly, she saw a great big pumpkin rolling and bouncing and bumping toward her. "Help!" she yelled. "It's the pumpkin monster!" It was just about to flatten her like a pancake. But at the last second, it landed on a sharp rock. Ah! It burst open, and there was Sparkle. Lucy laughed and said, "Ha! I scared you and you scared me. Isn't that hilarious?" "Oh no, you're still afraid, aren't you? I'm sorry. Today was supposed to be fun. I hope you can forgive me for scaring you." Lucy gave Sparkle a kiss on the nose. He forgave her right away. Then he said, "It's dark. How are we going to see to get back to the barn?" And Sparkle let out a huge happy rainbow, blazed out from Sparkle's horn. It lit up the whole field, and it was easy to find their way back. They were just in time for the bonfire. Sparkle used his horn to cook 2 perfect marshmallows. Lucy said, "You're such a good friend to me. I won't ever try to scare you again because I won't be a good friend to you." Sparkle sighed happily. He ate 1 more marshmallow, then 3 more donuts. Then he fell fast asleep with his head in Lucy's lap. Sweet dreams, Sparkle. Good job. All right, we're going to sing some more songs. We're going to do the Itsy Bitsy Spider. The Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the spout again. Good job. All right, we're going to do Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. We've done this song a couple times, but this time it's going to be about witches. So we're going to say Zoom, 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 climb onto my broom. If you want to go at night to spread around Halloween fright. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Climb onto my broom. Goes like this. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Climb onto my broom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Climb onto my broom. If you want to go at night to spread around Halloween fright. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Climb onto my broom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boo! Let's do that one again. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Climb onto my broom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Climb onto my broom. If you want to go at night to spread around Halloween fright. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Climb onto my broom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boo! Good job. We're going to do pumpkin, pumpkin on the ground. Pumpkin, pumpkin on the ground. How'd you get so big and round? Once you were a small seed. Now you are a big gray ball. Pumpkin, pumpkin on the ground. How'd you get so big and round? Good job. We're going to do our 5 little pumpkins sitting on the gate. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, "It's getting late." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." And the third one said, "But we don't care." The fourth one said, "It's Halloween fun." And the fifth one said, "Let's run, run, run." Then whoosh went the wind, and out went the light, and the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Good job. All right, our last book is Halloween Skyride. Is anyone going as a witch this year? Or maybe a mummy? I see a kitty cat. We have a pumpkin. This book is by Elizabeth Spur. Witch Mildred was invited to a Wondrous Witch's Waddle, a Halloween festivity where witches go to gobble. Her Snickens invitation read, "Feasting starts at 8. A grand buffet with skunk fillet." A skunk fillet, huh? I don't know about that. She must not be late. Hopping on her broomstick, she took off from the thicket. She raced along the back roads to dodge a speeding ticket. A skeleton soon hailed her. His bones could use some meat. He pled, "Please, I'm so hungry. I rattle head to feet." A jack-o'-lantern hollered, "Please take me from the wall, for some I dread might use my head as a soccer ball." Soon the three encountered a ghost who was in tears. "Please take me from this graveyard. It is much too spooky here." A shaky, quaky mummy called, "I'm ready to collapse. Please find me a warm heath side, for I've forgotten my wraps." A bat swooped down upon them and squeaked, "Please wait for me. I'll go batty when the skeleton bones the bells in my belfry." A black cat yelled, "Please take me. I need some company, for when I cross their pathway, people run from me." The six squeezed, closing together to make room for the cat, but the broomstick broke mid-air, and the riders tumbled. Splat! "I'm sorry," said Kitty. "I've wrecked your broom ride." "No matter," said Witch Mildred. "We're here. Let's go inside." The clock atop the castle read 20 after 8, but the promised buffet table had only emptied plates. No eyes of newt, no sautéed shrooms, no pickle worm pâté, no casserole, no spiderweb soufflé. "Those greedy goblins left zilch for us to eat," said the starving skeleton. "Why don't we trick or treat?" They passed a lighted cottage from which rose song of laughter. The mommy boldly rang the bell, although tripus after. The children squealed and giggled as they greeted their new guests. For all the trick-or-treaters, these costumes were the best. The hostess asked the callers to join them at their party. Check out their spread, the mommy. The hostess said, "Eat hearty. Taffy apples, candy corn, purple punch. My tongue's not touched such tastiness since I was 6 years old." In the corner of the kitchen, Witch Mildred found a mop. "I think this will do nicely while my broom is in the shop." "May I, please?" asked Mildred, and seated her new friends with a loud "Thank you." Away they flew in loopy swarms and bends. That night Witch Mildred dreamt of cakes and lemonade, but far more sweet than party treats were friendships she had made. Good job. Right, let's do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and wave goodbye. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. All right, let's wave goodbye. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. With the friends, it's story time. We wave goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. With the friends, it's story time. We clap goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. With our friends, it's story time. We stomp goodbye like this. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Bye!